I'm Cynthia Izaguirre, and here are your headlines from North Texas. We are less than 80 days from the FIFA World Cup, and the countdown is starting to feel real. Dallas police just received tens of millions of dollars to make sure fans will be safe during all 9 matches that will be played in DFW. Kevin Reese walks us through how they plan to use that money and why some residents want the new tech to stay in place long after the World Cup leaves.
Zach Thompson can put 50 cars in his gravel parking lot for events across the street at Fair Park. And with FIFA World Cup and its Fair Park Fan Fest coming, he has questions.
During FIFA, we want the same type of intensity that they have for protecting the customers that are going inside of the gates. We want outside the gates.
Every place I go, everyone always wants to know what's going on with FIFA.
The Dallas police chief announced Wednesday morning that of the $51.5 million federal dollars approved for FIFA security in Dallas, $22 million of that goes to Dallas police for personnel, salaries, and overtime. $1.3 million to beef up the security camera network, security barricades, and vehicles, and a separate $10 million grant for drone mitigation, keeping unapproved camera drones out of the sky.
Look, our goal is to make sure that everyone comes here, they feel safe, they can have a good time, they can enjoy what Dallas has to offer.
And the people who live near Fair Park tell me they welcome this added security coming with the FIFA World Cup, but they also hope that the new security cameras and the drones and the eyes in the sky just might stay long after FIFA is gone.
Dallas police, for the most part, they do the best they can.
Shanae Wise is among those hopeful for long-term improvements.
And they specifically said that, we're leaving a few things back to make the fairground experience better. Well, you can leave some things back to make South Dallas better for us, too.
There will also be increased security at the FIFA International Broadcast Center at the K. Bailey Hutchison Convention Center. And DPD has already sent officers to Mexico and Qatar to study soccer crowd safety there. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
Now to Fort Worth, where the fire department released these pictures of a massive blaze that burned down someone's home. Fortunately, everyone survived, but Brittany Costello just spoke with someone who watched his neighbor's home engulfed in flames.
It was 4 in the morning, but 8th Avenue in Fort Worth on Wednesday was so bright it woke neighbors.
I heard some noise of someone yelling.
Chris Donnelly says he could feel the heat from the flames across the street.
There were a lot of sparks, something was popping.
Another neighbor took this video, showing a mini explosion.
It was insane, yeah. It was absolutely insane seeing that first initial sight.
His neighbor's house was on fire and it was spreading. Fort Worth Fire spokesman Craig Trojic says it started on the porch, then burned cars in the driveway, leaving a trail of destruction.
One of the cars, the gas tank did rupture, but that caused kind of liquid flames to be, by gravity, it came down the street.
The flames spread to the cars next door. A portion of that house caught fire too. A man who lives here says his bedroom is on the other side of this board. He's okay. Firefighters were able to stop it from spreading beyond that. This photo was taken by the Fort Worth Fire Department.
We were terrified that, somebody's in there, if they had gotten out or not.
Trojic says 6 adults, 1 child, and a dog made it out safely before firefighters arrived. But the front of their home is gone. Donnelly says he's thankful no one was hurt.
I held my cat tight today and my girlfriend tight today.
The fire is under investigation. Trojic says it appears to be accidental. In Fort Worth, I'm Brittany Costello.
Thursday marks 1 week since a woman's home exploded in Lake Dallas, and for the first time, we're hearing from the man who pulled her to safety. The Good Samaritan sat down with Scoop Jefferson, and the man explains it is a moment he will never forget.
After hearing a huge blast in their neighborhood last Thursday,
I was like, what's happened? And my neighbor's house just blew up. Call 911.
Jacob Saul called 911, springing into action, saving his neighbor he says was trapped in her collapsed home.
I lift the roof and then I crawl under, and her arm was broken and they were so burned I had to grab her by the armpits, turn her around, and then pull her off the table onto the ground.
Lake Dallas emergency crews rushed to Mosley Street last Thursday. By then, the house in flames, nearly level to the ground. Jacob rescuing the woman just in time, sharing this video.
And then once we got across the street, the whole thing just went like jet like torches.
In the lawsuit against Atmos Energy, the homeowner's attorneys say she suffered extensive severe burns over her face and body, broken bones, and wounds from blast projectiles. Even writing in the lawsuit, she is lucky to be alive.
You can see I'm a few houses down from her.
Atmos has allowed some evacuated neighbors like Amanda Hughes back home.
The evening before I was able to come home. It still makes me a little bit nervous.
The impact of the blast, according to the lawsuit, blowing the roof off, sending insulation all over the neighborhood, leveling the walls, and sending wood and other flying debris into the trees. Atmos crews still investigating. Their response to us about the lawsuit saying, our highest priority remains the safety of our employees, our system, and our communities. We are reviewing the matter and will withhold comment.
Once I found out she was stable, I started getting some rest.
Jacob still wanting to return home.
They're saying Friday.
And anxious to learn why his neighbor's house blew up last week. In Lake Dallas, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
I drive past that thing like 3-4 times a day. I haven't, this is the first time I'm seeing this though. I'll have to definitely pull to the side or slow down to take a look at it on the way home.
Who would have thought this would turn into such a magnet? Remember this, it's been more than 6 years since the Leaning Tower of Dallas captivated North Texas. Now there's new plans for the old site. Plans are moving forward on a mixed-use district called the Central. It'll have a high-rise wellness center, restaurants, and even a hotel. Crews are expected to break ground this summer. Crews are now making progress on the $300 million amphitheater in McKinney. The 20,000 square foot spectacle is expected to open next year. Richard Solomon spoke to the mayor about the progress so far and how it's already making an impact for residents nearby.
At the gateway of McKinney, there's a sound you can't miss.
McKinney's been very blessed to be geographically in the right location.
And soon Mayor Bill Cox says it will be replaced with the sweet sound of music coming from what will be the Sunset Amphitheater.
It's bigger than McKinney. It is a regional venue.
The $30 million venue is starting to come to life right along Highway 121 and 75. And with this kind of growth comes growing pains.
Construction, unfortunately, is part of what we go through.
Yeah.
And there is short-term pain for long-term gain.
To help ease congestion, the city and developers are making upgrades, adding turn lanes, improving lighting, and building out sidewalks.
It's it's in the top 5 largest construction sites in the entire state of Texas.
J.W. Roth is the founder and CEO of Venue, the developer company out of Colorado. Before breaking ground, he says they conducted an extensive traffic study with plans for rideshare lanes, pickup zones, and expanded parking once the venue opens.
When you think of what's coming to McKinney, it's omni-content. It is theater. It is multi-configurational.
An experience Roth says is worth the wait. It's supposed to be finished mid-2027, but in the meantime, they're just asking for a little patience.
Bear with us, bear with the venue people themselves, and we'll get through this together.
In McKinney, I'm Richard Solomon.
And those are your headlines from North Texas.